Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Um, I've got a nice, easy register to shout out today. I've got Mr. Scott and Mr. Richie. How are you both doing? So that's Scott at Scorpio Moon Tarot and our lovely Richard from Longman Tarot. So I hope both you guys are doing okay. Um, we're quite quiet today, aren't we? Which, never a complaint from me. And Govinda from Gypsy Heart Tarot's just popped in. How are you doing, Govinda? Richard, I'm doing okay, thank you. To answer your question, I'm well, kind of okay. I've actually got a bit of a sore back at the moment. Like my lower back, like my tailbone, my coccyx, has been pretty sore for the past day. Um, so I'm on a cushion here. Sitting down isn't the best. I've yet to find a position that's totally comfy, sitting down or lying down. So if you see me like moving about and wincing, that's why. Um, but I've taken some painkillers. That's not the best, is it? Taking some painkillers, um, and yeah, hopefully we'll be all good. But I've got my nice cup of decaf tea in the grumpy mug. Uh, what are you all drinking? So let's see. Beneficial Tarot. Hi, how are you doing? Do you know Beneficial Tarot? I think you commented in one of my videos the other day. Which I really appreciate, and I see that it's your first time here, so it's lovely to have you. But do you know, I went looking for you because I thought, I wonder if this chap has a channel. So I was searching, and I couldn't find you, and I'm taking it that means that you don't, have a channel that you put content on. But I did find. Right, actually, no, I'm going to be careful what I'm saying here. I don't want to shout. I don't want to like kind of mention this channel by name. But I'll tell you what the premise of it is. The premise of the channel is it's like basically tarot cards and boobies. It's just this person who reads cards and you see the cards and you see the old cleavage, which made me chuckle. But more power to her. Good on her. But yeah, just you're seeing you there. I take it your name is Ben. Is that right, or am I way off there? Can I call you Ben? Um, so yeah, we've got Scott, we've got Richard, we've got Govinda, we've got Beneficial Tarot, potentially Ben. We'll find out. We've got our lovely Regina Tarot. She's listening and working as usual. You're always working hard, lovely. How you doing? She says, "No, not the coccyx." We've got Robin. I think Robin came in and retracted his message. You doing okay, Robin? We've got our lovely Orshi. Hi, Orshi. How are you? So on your phone, can't mention, but hey, everyone, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Oh, look, it's lovely, my wee Jamie. Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. Hi, Jamie. And oh, Robin says, "Hi, Chris. Broke your bum, dang." Pretty much, Robin. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, it's Ben, right? That's good. So Ben says, no channel yet, but thinking about it. Well, I mean, I don't want to kind of force you into anything, but the more channels, the better, and we'd all love to see what kind of content you'd create. So do let me know, let us know if you do create a channel. Let's see if we get anyone else here just now. Tiny Owl Tarot. Hi there, how you doing? And oh, we've got our lovely Simon from the Hermit's Cave. Hi there, how are you? And just glancing down the list, I think that's me. Now you're a true badass. Oh, fantastic, Robin. I do love a good dad joke. I think that's me caught up and got to the bottom. And Ben says, loving the tarot community. Yeah, me too. Um, so before I forget and get too far, down the line, off on a tangent, down a rabbit hole, you know what I'm like. I wanted to shout out a new channel, and that is someone who's here. It's our lovely Govinda from Gypsy Heart Tarot. Oops, that's not where I want to be. That's where I want to be. So I'm putting a link to Govinda's channel in the chat. Please jump over and give him a wee subscribe. Govinda's got a few videos up now. There's a kind of a channel description video. And I think is there two deck walkthroughs, Govinda, that you've done. I've watched the first one. Can't remember what the deck's called though. That's terrible. I was literally just watching it earlier on. Yeah, sorry, I'm hopeless. But yeah, it's great, and I'm enjoying Govinda's content. So please, everyone, pop over. And I saw Miss Kristen Louise Tarot pop in. Hi, Kristen. How are you doing? Yeah, this is going to be the usual shenanigans where we just kind of chat away. So what's everybody been doing this week? Has everybody had a good week? And yeah, what's new with everyone? Let me see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, so I think we caught that. Or she says, I mean, Ben, you already have the name for it. Regina says, the more channels, the more roundtable discussions become possible. That's very true. Simon says, lovely warm welcome. Yeah, we always do get a lovely warm welcome, don't we? Such a nice community. Simon's really enjoying Govinda's channel. Yep. You're very welcome, Govinda. We'll try and not make this a whole live of just me making various noises like because I like to click when I'm concentrating for some reason. That's the thing I do. So Govinda says yes. 2 deck walkthroughs. The first is Trinity Tarot, yeah, and then Ganeshan Village Tarot unboxing. Brilliant. Okay, well, everyone pop over and have a wee nosy at Govinda's channel. See, Richard says, had a beard trim. That's all that happened. Fair enough. Are you off just now, Richard? I know that you guys have, in England, you get different school holidays than what we do. I know our schools are off right now, but are yours as well, or are you still working? Kristen, up and down like a roller coaster ride, but today is great, so counting my blessings. That's great. That's good to hear. It's nice when you get a wee good day. It gives you that wee boost that you need, doesn't it? Has anybody had any new decks or anything like that? I've got one. Well, you've seen it because I've done a walkthrough. It's on the picture, on the thumbnail for this live. But yeah, I got my Oracle of Echoes second edition through, which is very exciting. And I'm actually going to we're going to give it a go at using it during the live readings. We'll see how we go on. I really think it's one of these Oracle decks that I could just do readings with like a tarot deck, but we'll see. We'll see how we go with it. Hey, let's see. Doing well, pretty steady this week so far, says Regina. Glorious thunderstorms last night. Oh, we've not had thunderstorms here. We've pretty much just had warm weather, I think. Yesterday during the day, like earlier on in the day, it was a bit cooler. It wasn't as warm, but then it heated up in the evening because I went round to visit my gran and it was roasting, so it was. Then again, my gran's house has always been roasting, like ever since I've known her. She puts the fire on in the summer. I mean, who does that? Our house is like the portal to Satan's lair. I swear to goodness. But anyway, um, or she says we should do something together soon. I would love that. We should. You're absolutely right, and I know we were saying that before. So yeah, we should link up and actually make it happen. So we should also. 'Cause I'd really enjoy that. I can see that Tony's here, saying hi to everyone. Hi Tony or Antoinette, sorry. Um, Bottom down account. Regina says like, share, subscribe. And Kristen's put a link to Govinda's channel again. Thank you so much, Kristen. That's great. Thanks. Oh, right. Okay, Richard. 3 more miserable weeks to go. Is it not? Does it not get a bit easier as you get towards? Do you do the same thing as us, where like the last week or the last couple of weeks is a bit more easy ozy? Um, that up here, that's what tends to happen. Um, the last couple of weeks, it's not quite like just like come and do what you want day, but they're just a wee bit more laid back. I think is what I remember it being. Uh, I can see Neem poking her head in to say hi, hi, Taropedia and community, and links. And lastly, Simon can do a what I asked for, what I got video. Hi, bye. Oh, it was lovely to see you, Neem. I hope you're doing okay. Um, that was what it was. That was actually the next comment. Sorry, I keep getting lost. Um, I feel the like, share, subscribe chant needs its own song or jungle. It says Regina or jingle. Sorry, Neem. That just reminds me of Gerald's wee keynotes now. Neem, eem, eem, eem. I don't even know where that came from, but I love it. Simon's posted the link again. Great. So yeah, again, everyone pop over to Govinda's channel and give him a wee follow, a wee subscribe. The usual chat, turn on those old bell notifications. I don't have it yet, but I've just said yes to the Prisma Visions Tarot, the 5th edition from a friend. Oh, very nice, Orshi. It's not one that I've got. Um, do you know? See, my taste in decks. What do you guys feel about this? Like my taste in decks really changes. Like, see if you were to pin me down. I don't know how we got to pinning me down, but anyway, like if you were to get me a year ago and say, what kind of decks do you like? Do you like this? Do you like that? My answer would have been completely different from what it is now. Like things like the Ravens Prophecy Tarot, that always bugged the hell out of me. Those blooming orange borders, always really annoyed me, and now I love it. And I don't even need to feel the need to trim the borders off. Um, and Prisma Visions, one of the things that used to kind of I don't know, just I found unusual about that is that the minors are borderless and the majors are bordered. I think I've got that the right way around, haven't I? That kind of before that bugged me a wee bit, and for that reason, I had never gone for it. But do you know now that I don't think that would bother me? It's actually something that if there weren't decks that were higher up on my wish list, I might actually go for. But it's just funny how your taste changes over time, isn't it? So I'm a firm believer in that. I would never say never. Um, So yeah, that was Prism Visions. Kristen Louise got the spoiler from Deanne and just got the new chapter tarot and the Moonology. Oh, excellent. You've been getting lots of lovely things, haven't you, Kristen? So what are you thinking of them? What do you think of the spoiler, the new chapter, and Moonology? That's one that I kind of see popping up everywhere, but it's never one that I've actually taken the time to look at a walkthrough, or I probably couldn't even tell you what any of the cards look like. I would imagine there's moons on them, but yeah, I'm not really sure. But yeah, maybe I should check it out because it keeps catching my attention. Um, Waiting for chakra healing, says Regina, Mystic Gnome, and Moon Baby. Um, That's pretty cool. I'm waiting on chakra healing as well, and I can't wait. Did you see Malamir had posted an update? I think it was on Instagram, and it shows the box. Box looks amazing, by the way. Like I'm not really normally one to care much about a box, um, but it just looks really nice, really classy. I think it's not what I was expecting. Not that I was expecting it to not be nice and classy. That's not what I mean, but it's just different from what I was expecting. And because of that, it's like I went, ooh, you know. So yeah, it's made me all the more excited for it. Um, the Ganeshan Village Tarot arrived this morning. So psyched to start using it, says Govinda. Right, okay, cool. Well, you can let us know how what you think of it once you've been using it for a bit. Richard says, "Can we do a live reading soon, Chris?" We absolutely can. Do you mean right? What do you mean? Do you mean do one of the roundtable readings on my channel? Do you mean do live readings together on one of our channels? The answer is yes, either which way, but the answer is very much yes, and it would be my pleasure either which way. But which one do you mean? How's your Lenormand studies coming, says Robin? Yeah, really good. I've been doing a Lenormand reading every day. I don't know if you've got this one, Robin, or everyone. The Gilded Reverie Lenormand. This was my very first one, and it's still pretty much my favourite. I think. I just love the images. Let me show you a couple. So there we've got that damn camera's rubbish. Hang on, let me change to the table down. Zoomed in table. That's the ticket. That's if this works. Of course, now that I'm live, it doesn't work. I tested it about a million times. There we are. There we go. Right now, is the zoom still okay? I had to get a new lazy arm, like a new arm thing that holds my phone for the table down camera, because the other one broke. But yeah, sorry. So this is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand. This is a Ciro Marchetti's Lenormand. Look at that wee puppy. And yeah, I just find the images stunning. They're simple. The only thing it doesn't have is the titles, but it does not take long to get used to it. And most of them are blatantly obvious what they are anyway. Yep, loving it. So Lenormand studies, yeah, I've been reading every day. Earlier on today, I did an interesting reading with this deck that I got from the guidebook, and it's an 18 card spread, but obviously Lenormand is red and pairs, so you can think of it as being like a 9 card. And let me see if I can find it. So this is called the Fortune Telling Day Spread, and the 9 prompts are someone you'll meet, what comes out of the meeting, someone you care about, what will they do, someone who annoys you, what will they do, something that will happen to console you, something that awaits you, something that will help you, something that will happen that is a surprise to you, something that you desire, whether you get it or not, and something nice. So it's quite a cool wee thing just to lay out, like do it in the morning and you can see how it measures up against your day. But even at that, it's just good practice for reading the pairs, because that's something that I've been trying to kind of practice with is, doing the subject and the modifier thing and like reading each card, understanding what it is as a subject and as a modifier. Um, so yeah, Robin, that's face easy. That's what we want. That's how my Lenormand studies have been going. I've just been kind of doing readings every day. Um, that was a really long-winded answer to a really simple question. I do apologise. Uh, I saw Justin. I'm sure I saw Justin's name pop up somewhere, but no. Oh, there you are. Hey everyone. Hi. How you doing? Um. Oh, it was right under Robin's comment. See, just trust myself. Simon says Conrad Staines new deck arrived. Pam's old deck. Yeah, I was watching your walkthrough. I had to stop because I was going live. But yeah, I was watching your walkthrough before this. It does look stunning. It looks amazing. So it does. The colours are really nice. Uh, let's see. So Antoinette says, two Garden of Lucid Dreams, Big Secret Pocket Oracle, second Rose Tarot de Marseille, and Beasts and Rose pack. Is that the what do you call it? The Deviant Moon one? Triumph of the Triumph de la Luna. Today was Infusion Day. I hope it works longer than last time, says Debbie. Is that I take it that's like a health thing, is it like B12 or something, Debbie? Hope you're doing okay. And yeah, I hope it works longer than last time. Just got Tarot de Marseille. Wait, loving it, says Tiny Owl Tarot. Yeah, that's one that I've had for a while. Ben, B-Jam, that was a really kind gift that I got from him. I'll message you on Facebook. Oh gosh, is that how far behind I am? Sorry, guys. Waiting on the Mermaid Tarot to arrive, says Govinda. Justin's just finishing work. Don't apologise. Ben has ordered the Rose Tarot and the End of the Rainbow Tarot. Sounds cool. Oh, and it just jumped. I see Nerisse. Hi Nerisse, how are you? It's lovely to see you. Whilst I remember, I'm going to tell you the tale of my Tarot of the Abyss. So I ordered it. This is Amazon standard, by the way. Get ready for a rant. So Amazon have this habit of, advertising things and saying that they're going to be available on such and such a date. For example, Tarot of the Abyss will be available on the 1st of July, right? I ordered it a month ago on Amazon, and waiting and waiting and waiting. Every now and then checking to see if they update it to say, right, your delivery date is X. Come on this morning, and I just searched it generally, and it says that it's not available. It's out of stock, and I'm like, how the f can it be out of stock? It's barely even in stock. Do you know what I mean? So I was on like the live chat with them, and I was like, this is just. I says, why do you advertise these things and say it's going to be available on this date? Like, surely you've not just found out. I mean, this was at like 7 this morning. I checked. I was like, you've not just found out this morning that you're not going to have it. Why? Anyway, that was my gripe with Amazon. But not to worry. I have a backup plan in place. I'll just say that. But yeah, damn Amazon. They did it with the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot as well, which was annoying. But thankfully, I have an amazing fiance who got me that for Christmas, and who is a lot more resourceful than I am, apparently. Um, Sandra, you don't pre-order with Amazon yet. I don't blooming well blame you. Um, Jonathan, oh hi Jonathan, by the way, says he's had this problem so many times. It's happened to me a few times now with Amazon. Yeah, it's really annoying. It's definitely not just me. Well, I know it's not just me because Simon, I think you've had a bit of trouble as well, haven't you? Um, no, listen, Justin, you are not responsible for it. So to kind of explain the backstory there, so what I did was before I even knew that it was going to be available on Amazon, before I knew it was going to be available on Amazon, I knew it was going to be available on US games. So I said to Justin, "Can you pre-order me a copy and send it to me?" And basically using Justin as a deck mule. That's what it was. Um, then we obviously get updated and find out that it's on Amazon. So I was like, right, okay, well, rather than pay the cost of having it shipped from the US all the way to the UK, I as well just waiting a couple of weeks and getting it off Amazon. So that's what I decided to do. And of course now, Nanty. So, but you are not to blame, Justin. He's only telling half the story because he's polite. um, but yeah, anyway, it'll be worth the wait because it's absolutely stunning. I've seen a few walkthroughs of it now. Chris Yao's walkthrough is really, really good. So for anyone who wants to see that deck, go check out Chris Yao's channel, Barely Balanced Tarot, and have a look at his walkthrough. Um, Yeah, good luck, Simon. That's all I'm going to say. If you're in the UK, Blackwell's bookstore is great for tarot decks and usually undercuts Amazon by a few pounds. Yeah, that's true. Um, the thing I've found with Blackwell's though, and it's not always an issue, it depends on how quickly you're looking for it. They usually take a good few weeks, at least for me anyway, to get there. I know that I'm missing comments here. We'll start saying, if you're wanting to really get my attention, then tag me at Elemental Cartomancy so it shows up orange, and I can see it. Uh, Thank you, Jamie. I can see Jamie being my cheerleader there. Oh, do you know you did, Antoinette? You did. I saw it. I saw it. I think I saw it today. Actually, it just showed up on my timeline. So I'll definitely check that out. Because even though I've got it, I still like to, hear people's thoughts on it. I always find that really interesting. Um, the only deck that I don't tend to watch walkthroughs of is my favourite is the Lightseers, and that's because I remember I watched this one person do a walkthrough of it, and they made some absolutely very valid comments about why they didn't, why it didn't resonate with them, and I couldn't disagree with the comments because they were absolutely right. But they were slagging off my baby, and I wanted to go and kick them. So I found that it's best if I just avoid those. Um, let's go back down to the bottom. Depends on the deck. Blackwells can take up to 7 days to dispatch. Reliable delivery, which is free. Yeah, that's true. Book Depository sent me the completely wrong deck today, says Simon. Ah, yeah, you posted on the Hermit's Cave about that, didn't you? It was supposed to be the Rider-Waite playing card, and they sent you the Radiant Wise Spirit. Don't know. I don't know how someone manages that, but hopefully you get the proper one quickly. Of course, the chat's really scrolling fast. Kristen pre-ordered the Runic Tarot. Supposed to be out in October. That's exciting. I have pre-ordered. I pre-ordered several decks on Amazon, by the way. But this wasn't like today. These have been pre-ordered for a while. So I think somebody might have asked me earlier on actually. Where is it? It was Ben. Um, no, well you've mentioned the Disney Villains Tarot. I've pre-ordered that. I've also pre-ordered the Labyrinth, which Antoinette has then mentioned. Um, Pack a lunch for Chris's walkthrough. Oh, for Chris Yao. You're talking about Chris Yao, right? Okay. I thought you were talking about me, which would be a very valid comment to be fair, because my walkthroughs I tend to yap on a bit. But what I've started doing is putting like the in the description, I put the times and where everything is, just so it splits it up and you can just go to the bit that you want to see. And I feel that that's, if you only want to see a quick flip through, then you can go to the quick flip through section. Or if you want to see a detailed walkthrough with my, talking shite all the way through it, then you can go to the detailed talking with Chris talking shite all the way through it section. Interviewed, spread, see the cards laid out, all of that kind of thing. So I'm trying that out just to kind of I, I'm hoping that it's beneficial. WH Smith's website is rubbish. Pre-ordered vintage RWS 3 weeks ago and still not here, says Richard. Oh, that's rubbish. Orshi wants to pre-order the Runic, but need to wait until the new prices will be up on Book Depository. Oh, do you know what else? The Macabre Tarot. I've pre-ordered that. That is the one where the box is shaped like a coffin. Definitely want to check out. I think it looks as though it's going to be quite minimalist, but from the little that I've seen of it, it appealed to me. I really like the look of it. So yeah, I don't think the cards are going to be coffin shaped. Are they? No, I don't think so. I hope not. Someone can correct me on that if I'm wrong, though. Right, let's see if we can catch up. So we had Scott saying, I don't think I've heard of that one. Oh, Nancy's here. Hi, Nancy. Wants to get the Labyrinth Tarot. How are you doing, Nancy? Uh, so Nancy, it was your good self. You did a wee video on the Judgment card from the New Era Elements Tarot, didn't you? Or am I making that up? Is that someone else? I'm pretty sure it was you. But it was an amazing video. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I would encourage everyone to go and check that out. Let's see. Sandra's used Blackwell's a couple of times. They've always been good. Okay. It's only a 5-minute flip through. I couldn't work out reading the Lenormand, so literally show pics. Right, okay, fair enough. Simon says it's not one of my faves, Orshi. Plus, I already have 2 copies. Radiate My Spirit was that in regard to. Doesn't Book Depository make you pay for returns? Jonathan asks. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever had to return anything to them. I'm never at a loss for words myself. I'm just teasing Brother Bear. That's true. That's very true. Or she appreciates long walkthroughs and loves doing them. Yeah, me too. I don't know. Do you know, I am the same. I appreciate long walkthroughs and I appreciate short ones. I appreciate them all. I like a flip through. Um, Depends what I'm looking for. If it's a deck that I've not really seen much and I want to see it before I buy it, I'll I'll look at a flip through. If it's a deck that I've got and I'm maybe struggling to connect, or I'm maybe not understanding, why have they made this card this? I don't understand it. If that's a recurring theme throughout the deck, then I'll find like Kelly at the Truth and Story, Simon at the Hermit's Cave. There's channels that will do detailed walkthroughs, or walkthroughs where they comment on the cards. And quite often it can just be like a wee phrase or a wee something that someone says about the card that really, really helps me. Um, so I want to kind of pay it forward and do that kind of thing as well. That's what I tend to go for when I do walkthroughs. I like to, plus I clearly just like to talk a lot of shite, as we've now been realising for 35 minutes. Caved after watching Boho Tarot today. Ordered the Witch's Wisdom. Antoinette, Witch's Wisdom is this one, isn't it? Yeah. So go and follow Jilly at Little Zen Crone. Jilly is doing like wee short videos, taking us through this deck card by card. So she's done the Suit of Air so far. The first video is Ace 2 and 3, then 4, 5, and 6. It's really quick. It's not like big, massive, long videos, but absolutely fantastic. In fact, if anyone can so Jilly's got a playlist for the Witch's Wisdom, like kind of a deck study. If anyone can find that and put that in the chat for me, then that would be amazing. I would strongly encourage anyone who has the deck or anyone who's interested in it, or even anyone who's staying away from it because they find it a bit weird. This is definitely get onto Jelly's playlist and go through it with her, because I mean Jelly's just amazing anyway, But her insights and the stuff she's telling us in relation to the cards, it's really, really good. So strongly recommend. Right, okay, so Govinda says the only thing putting me off Disney villains is the minors could have been better designed. Right, okay. Do you know, I kind of expected that, and I'm expecting the same thing with the Labyrinth. I've not seen them, to be honest, but I was expecting that because Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot is kind of in the same vein, I think. Um, it's a lovely deck. Cardstock's beautiful, nice and colourful. The backs are amazing, but just some of the selections for the cards, I'm not sure. And it's also like one of these ones where some of the minors are very pip, and some of them are very kind of scenic. Yeah, it's an odd one. So it is. I'm glad I've got it, and I'll always have it. But yeah, so I'm kind of expecting Disney villains and Labyrinth to be more of the same. But who knows? Maybe we'll be surprised. Ben says some good looking Halloween tarots incoming later in the year. Macabre, Jack o' Lantern tarots up for pre order. Nice. I don't think I've heard of the Jack o' Lantern one, so I'll need to check that out. Sandra's not ordering anything at the moment, saving for Glastonbury. Selkie, hi, lovely Selkie, how are you? Pre ordered Portals of Presence. It is out tomorrow in Britain. I shall have to see if it goes through. Oh, fingers crossed. I hope it does. Portals of Presence is good. I got a review copy, so I did. And yeah, it's amazing. I actually pulled from it just the other day. I love pulling from it in conjunction with tarot. So I do. Pull your 3 cards of the day or whatever you do, and then pull a portal of presence and see how it links in with your reading. Really, really good. Antoinette ordered the Macabre Tarot too. It was the box that did it. Forgot about that one. Oh, lovely. Henrietta has joined us. How are you doing? And I think I saw on the other chat here in front of me that you posted a link to, I'm assuming it was Jilly's playlist for me. So thanks very much for that. Or she says the additional fee is now on everything from today, which means plus 27% plus handling on top of everything. What is that for, Orshi? What time is it there? That's why I started uploading flip throughs too. So if someone just wants to see the cards, they could. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Roshi. Great minds think alike, don't they? Uh, Govinda, I must have recorded my first walkthrough at least 3 times trying to reduce the time and realised I'm a talker. Well, I thought your first walkthrough was really, really good, so you did a fantastic job. Beneficial tarot, so tempted by the witch's wisdom. I mean, even if you've not, like if you've not got it, check out Jilly's videos, because like she has the cards on the table. You can see them as she's talking about them, so it's definitely worth checking out. Caught a few videos, says Antoinette. Definitely going to go back and start again with the deck. Cool. I tried to truncate my last walkthrough and it turned out not very good. I think you should always do the pace that suits you in order to do a good walkthrough. Yep. Regina's back, saying hi to everyone. I wish I had the deck in order to follow along with Jelly's videos. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's expensive. I think it's still relatively, reasonably priced. And I mean, it's really good quality for the price. Let me say that. Like that, I'll say that about that deck more than most. Um, like you're getting, what you would expect from an indie deck for, you know, mass market prices because as a mass market deck, you're getting a lovely bag with it. Cardstock is, I would say that the cardstock is similar to Shimmering Veil Tarot. Um, and yeah, nice thick deck. It's great. Um, Hi Laurie, how you doing? You're very welcome. So yeah, definitely check that out. Maze Cat Tarot and Healing is popping in for a few minutes. Well, it's lovely to see you. Welcome. I think this might be the first time that I've seen you in one of my lives. If not, I apologise, but welcome anyway. And I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're having a good day. Supernatural, Tarot del Toro, Labyrinth, or just collectors for me, says Antoinette. The minors are neither pip nor illustrated. More fun decks. Yeah. Um, right, what time are we on? 22:10. So been on for 40 minutes. I'll stick this on just now then. So is that right? For readings, please put your questions in capitals and or tag Elemental Cartomancy. That's exactly what we want to be saying. So what I'm going to try and do is read for you with the Oracle of Visions. Okay, we're going to try and use it just like we would use a tarot and see how we get on with it. Um, in my experience, some oracles can be read that way, some it's a bit more tricky to. But we're going to see how we get on. I've got there's no shortage of backup tarot decks beside me for me to, if we decide actually, we want a tarot deck. But whoops, yeah, we're definitely going to see how we get on with this, and it lets you see it. Hashtag tarot tryouts. It lets you see it in action. Um, So yeah, any questions for the cards, then pop them in capitals or tag me, and we shall get to them. So Maze Cat is first in with a question that I can see. What should I focus on for healing this week? I'm overwhelmed. Where to start? Right, okay. So I'm going to do this just now then, because I know that you're only here for a couple of minutes. So let's get some cards on the table for you. So we want zoomed in table. Hopefully that's going to turn itself on again and not be a little bitch. Sometimes it just takes its time to reactivate. Let's see. I want you to be able to see the cards that I'm pulling for you, Maze Cat. There we go. So, what should you focus on for healing this week because you're feeling overwhelmed and not sure where to start? Okay, so let's look at your situation. We've got hope there. Now, hope comes in the face of difficult situations. All right, it's a very positive card, but it's kind of like the star. It comes after that tower. We see this kind of this almost this vortex, this dark vortex. Now it's starting off dark around the outside, but we can see what looks like the moon in the middle, and the moon is a symbol of our emotions, our intuition. It's the emotional self, yeah. So definitely kind of a seeing that, you know, perhaps getting a feel for the question here, but there is hope there. So before we even look at any advice, before we even look at where things are going, we have got a wee bit of positivity there, so that's nice to get started. Now, what advice do we have for you? So, intuition. So, the moon, I said there, the moon is talking about your intuition, and then again. So, I feel as though you need to really kind of quiet your mind, okay? Um, and this is going back to what I was saying about Jilly's uh, playlist, our Witch's Wisdom videos. She talked, it's funny because Jilly talked about the sacred pause, okay? The sacred pause is where you basically just, if you're going through a bit of a situation, a bit of a shit time, um, and you're not sure what to do about it, ask yourself, you know, this situation that's going on, is it something that I'm still going to be thinking about in a year's time, in 10 years' time? Is it as drastic as how it feels to me right now? Because when we're in this intuitive, when we're in this lunar energy, when we're in our emotional intuitive selves, sometimes it can be hard to sometimes things blow up in our mind. Sometimes things seem a lot more serious and drastic than what they actually are. So that's I think the first step is to kind of take a step back and think, right, okay, I'm having a shit day right now, or I'm having a shit week, or, I'm just really feeling it. Uh, Am I still going to be thinking about this in a week's time? Am I still going to be thinking about this in a year's time? If yes, then you know that, you need to take action. If not, then the sacred pause, and that is where you basically choose to take a step back. Um, Sometimes the best thing to do is actually not to do anything. So assess your situation that way. Really listen to yourself, okay? Because the intuition card is telling us that deep down the answers are within you. This isn't a kind of a right. You need to go and seek out this person. They've been through this before. They're going to take you through step by step what you need to do. This isn't a go to the library and find this book on life, and this is going to. No, it's nothing like that. You've got all the answers within you. It's just about kind of a coming out of that frantic kind of a Nine of Swords high psychological energy and actually listening to yourself and the direction that things are going in. So we've got the spinner. Now, I actually see the spinner as this kind of this frantic energy. So I'm really going to emphasize this kind of this analysis side of it and this taking the sacred pause because I don't really want you ending up because to me the spinner, I'm just going to hold it up and let you see where I'm coming from here. This is someone who appears to have a lot on. There's a lot going on, a lot of energy going on in this card. Okay, so that tells me that you've got a hell of a lot on, and I don't want you getting all caught up on, the time that you've got to do things and the things that you're trying to do, everything that's shouting at you, needing done, everything's just piling up. But we don't want to end up in that situation. So what I'm going to say is take a step back, look at your situation and think, right, what needs to be addressed now? Okay. Um, I need to go to work. That's something that's unavoidable. I need to get food and put dinner on the table. That's unavoidable. You know, do I need to, picking a random example, is it imperative that I go to the cinema tomorrow? No. So, right, that'll take that can go in the back burner. We can go to the cinema next weekend and that'll create a wee bit of space, a wee bit of time for me to, for all the other things I've got to do. So do you see where I'm going? I think it's just about kind of a trying to take some time to yourself to release some of this frantic energy and just give yourself a bit of time back. I think that is the best advice that I can give you based on these cards. Um, so yeah, I hope that was helpful. You've said that it resonates, right? That's good. That's good. Thinking so much about that expression lately, a sacred pause. I can't believe you said that. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's funny these wee synchronicities that happen. Right, what else have we got here then? So that was okay for its first go, wasn't it? The deck. So it's quite a nice reader, I think. I'm enjoying it. Liminal Lark, hi Chris, hi Leander, how you doing? It's lovely to see you. So that was May's cat, and then I've got Govinda saying, "How is my?" Oh my goodness, I do not know what that is. How ignorant. I'm going to look it up, Govinda, because I don't like going into a reading not fully understanding what I'm reading for. Practice. That's okay. So, internal purification, special herbal remedies, massage therapy, yoga. So, is this kind of a detox type situation where you're both on a spiritual level and on a physical chemical level? You're trying to kind of a detox. Would that be an okay way to describe that? Um, so you're wanting to know how is that doing this month? Let's have a wee look. And I'll do the same kind of a spread. We'll look at the situation. We'll see what if there's any advice that the cards have for you, and we'll see what direction things are moving in. Okay. All right, okay, that's quite a nice wee spread. So the situation is self-involved. Now, when we think of the word self-involved, quite often the first connotations, the first things that come into our head is negative. But that that shouldn't be the case at all. We are our own individual selves and we need to put ourselves first. I was going to say sometimes, but to be honest, a lot of the time we do need to, and a lot of us aren't very good at doing that. Um, so yeah, it's a time to look at yourself. You know that you're trying to kind of just looking to see if you've commented here. I can't see the app. You're trying to carry out this process. You know, it's a time for focusing on the self, and that is very much what's happening. So I think this can be taken quite literally, the self-involved bit. Now the death card coming up. So this to me reads very much like it does in the tarot because we see, you know, this person emerging from this pupa, you know, this chrysalis cocoon. So it does really have these strong transformation feels. And again, you know, that is what we are, you know, that's the situation that we're talking about. We are trying to go through a transformation. Whenever we kind of try and detox, try and purify, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to kind of take ourselves from A to B. All right. Now that's coming in as an advice. Okay, so that suggests to me that maybe you need to embrace some of those changes. All right. Sometimes I think when we say to ourselves we're sitting at A, right, and we know that we want to get to B, sometimes we're like, right, I know that I want to get there, but I definitely, you know, and one of the steps involved is doing that, but I definitely don't want that. So, do you know what? I'm just going to brush that under the carpet. I'm just going to ignore that, you know. Um, you know, sometimes we're not willing to make some of those sacrifices in order to get to where we want to be. I think death is reminding you that, you know, if you want to get to that place, if you want to get to where you're aiming for, you know, it's kind of going to be necessary. You know, death is all about those changes that we don't have any control over. Sometimes they can be sudden and unexpected. All right, and they can feel like, you know, you've been hit by a ton of bricks. Um, so I think that this kind of wants you to embrace some of those changes. It's saying, yeah, you know, you're doing the right thing. You're focusing on yourself. You're self-involved. That's cool. but you really need to kind of make sure that you're not taking and leaving, in for a penny, in for a pound, that kind of a thing. Where things are going, you've got the hope card. All right, so we saw that earlier on. Again, beautiful card. So that would suggest to me we're taking ourselves from this darkness around about into the light, and there is a journey in the middle. There's a journey where the light kind of transforms from dark to light. That's exactly what we're looking for. So that looks really positive to me, Govinda. And I say, keep doing what you're doing, embrace those changes that need to be embraced, even some of the more difficult ones. Um, so yeah, um, let me know what you think. So you're a practitioner, like a GP for holistic Indian medicine, right? Okay, so my reading might actually be an absolute ton of bollocks. Um, right, okay. Yeah, so I've read that as though you're undergoing this, but that's not the case at all. But you've said that's bang on. So it must resonate, but it resonates even though I was reading for something completely different. Right, okay. We'll leave it there then. If it resonates, I'm not going to I'm not going to try and fix something that isn't broken, but you can let me know if you want to pull some more cards on that at some point. Send me a wee message or come back during another live and we can definitely look at it again. But yeah, sorry about that. See, that's what happens when I make assumptions. I can see our lovely Malamir has popped in. Hi there, how are you doing? I was talking about you earlier. All good things though. That was Govinda. I can see that. Okay, I've got Antoinette next. What do my spirit guides want me to focus on this weekend? So what have you to focus on this weekend? So because we're looking at we're looking at kind of a honing in on something particular, we're looking at what to focus on. I'm going to do a card to basically blatantly answer your question. What do they want you to focus on? That card is going to tell us. But then I'm going to do a do this and don't do this card. It's sometimes interesting to change it up, and I'm interested to see what kind of answers that's going to give us. Okay, Tony. So what do your spirit guides want you to focus on this weekend? The moon. um, I feel as though we keep getting this. We don't keep getting the same cards. It's that hope card that has the moon in it. That's why I'm thinking that. But this is an absolutely stunning moon. This feels really like the moon in a tarot card. In fact, this could be a tarot card moon. We see our beautiful moon here in the night sky. We have these kind of a dark figures down the bottom here. We can't quite make out what's happening. Okay. Um, I think what this is saying is what to focus on is, you know, focus on your intuition now, and being in that kind of a unfamiliar territory. Maybe this weekend something's going to happen, or maybe it's going to just feel like a bit of a sometimes we just have those weekends where it feels a bit different and we're not quite sure why. And we can we can really not torture ourselves, that's exaggeration, but we can kind of like be like, what's going on there? Why did I feel like that? We can go on and on and on trying to work out, rationally try to work out what's going on. But sometimes we kind of just need to embrace the energy and go with it in order to actually get through it. So it's focus on the moon, Antoinette. This could be very much literally, I don't know my moon cycles. I do apologise. There could be, is there a full moon coming up this weekend? I don't know. But yeah, it's that realm. It's in that realm. We're talking moon. We're talking emotional self. We're talking those waters of the high priestess. That intuition. That is what to focus on. Now, what you have to do. Oh, that's not a very nice card for what to do. So this card is called depression. Okay, I'm going to hold it up so you can see it nice and clear. And we're continuing in this realm of feelings. Okay. Um. So all I want to say here is, whatever feelings you have, now and coming up to the weekend, for one, don't give yourself too hard a time, if that is a relevant thing to say to you in this situation. But also, like let yourself have your feelings. Sometimes when we're feeling this way, and depression could be it could be an exaggeration of the point that it's trying to make. Quite often with Oracle and Tarot, it does that. You know, but when we're having these kind of just feeling a bit down or a bit sad, or maybe we are feeling a bit depressed, when we feel like that, I feel as people, we often compound it by giving ourselves a hard time because we felt like that or because we're feeling like that. We tell ourselves, why am I feeling down? Why do I feel like I don't want to leave my house today? Why do I not want to get out of my bed today? I shouldn't be feeling like this. I should be, doing this, that, and that. I've got these things to do. We don't give ourselves space to be in our feelings. And quite often it doesn't help, it just makes it worse. So, you know, whatever's happening, um, just give yourself that space. Don't try and rationally analyze it too much. There's nothing wrong with keeping a rational head. I'm not saying disregard all rationality at all, but don't overly rationalize things, because sometimes we just need to have our emotions. We're human beings, we're emotional people, and that's the way that it is. Now, what have you not to do? I mean, it'd be nice if I could just swap these cards round, wouldn't it? Okay. Get inner strength for what not to do. Um, and this is a very active card. It is again like the strength card and the tarot, very much Leo energy. Okay. Sometimes we tell ourselves the reason that we tell ourselves that we don't have time to feel bad or we don't have time to slow down and just be in our emotional selves is because we've got stuff to do. We're expected to be active beings. We've got responsibilities. There's expectations on us, and I need to be this strong Leo person, you know, who's doing things for everyone, whereas sometimes we just need to not. Sometimes we need to accept that we are vulnerable, you know and we need to take that step back, that sacred pause, um just in order to get through. So yeah, um I'm really interested to know whether that resonates with you, Antoinette, because um I'm hoping that this is something specific that isn't as drastic as these cards make it out to be. It's not as as this as the picture that they're painting. And yeah, I hope that it's something specific and that this gives you actual advice that you can apply. But do let us know if this resonates. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on from there now. So that was Antoinette. Okay, Moon enters Taurus this weekend, so nurture and grounding is perfect. Not the time to be gung ho and striving. Right? Okay, good. Um, right, we've got beneficial tarot. Ben's next. Says, should I make the jump to start my own tarot channel? Still procrastinating. Do the cards have any advice? Let's have a wee look and see. As per usual, people, I am letting my tea go cold, so I'm going to take a wee drink just now. Just to kind of my throat's getting a bit dry. Right, Ben. So, should Ben take that jump, start his channel? What advice do we have? Okay. Right. Okay, so we've got the trapped card. Okay, now that's representing maybe a wee bit how you're feeling right now. I don't know whether you'd seen my walkthrough of this, but I really, really like this card because it has, it has those suggestions of feeling physically trapped, but also see how this is they're being put in a box. So it also has that it brings to mind struggling with your identity. All right, struggling with the labels that both we put on ourselves and that other people put on us. Struggling with being put in a box is the kind of the connection that I'm making there. Um, and that is perfectly natural. Okay, when you're thinking about starting this, you're wanting to make sure that you're putting something out there that's authentic to you. All right, and that involves looking at yourself and thinking, right, okay, well, who am I? What are my strengths and all that kind of a thing. So I know that looks like quite a negative card to start off up on, but I mean, the next step after being trapped, we'll look at why we're trapped. We'll look at why, and this is what I'm saying about looking at your identity, looking at your sense of self, coming up with those ideas, thinking, right, okay, well, what can I bring to this tarot community that's maybe I feel I could add to, or I could do differently, or that's maybe not been done before. These were things that were really important to me when I was starting, which is, gosh, 10 months ago now that I started my channel. These were all things that were really important to me. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just doing, the same thing as what someone else does, but a hell of a lot better than I could ever do. So I knew that I didn't just want to do like kind of a deck walkthroughs because people like our lovely Simon from the Hermit's Cave, Kelly from the Truth and Story, and a whole host of other people that do amazing deck walkthroughs. So I knew that wasn't a particular thing that I could bring alone. And you know, I think so. At the time, I had the kind of tarot tryouts idea where and that's what we're doing here. I knew that I wanted to do readings, live readings, and I had the idea of making a point and doing it with different decks each time so that you could see the decks in action, you know. Because for me, I personally think that it's not just about seeing what the cards look like. I like to see how the decks read. So that was my idea. But anyway, I'm going off in a rabbit hole. I'm talking about myself here, getting very self involved, like that card that we had last time around. Um, so yeah, it's asking yourself those questions. That's kind of where you are right now. Okay. So the advice card is Beyond the Veil. Now that might seem like a bit of a weird card to get, but I think what this is saying is, do you know what? See, in the same way that we, at the end of the day, we can question it, we can have our theories, you know, about what is beyond the veil, about what happens after we move on, we pass on. At the end of the day, no one's going to be absolutely certain about that until they get there. So I think what this is saying to you is, do you know what? You can do all of the theorizing, you can do all of the study, all of the soul searching, but you just need to, it's just a kick up the arse that you need to actually get out there and do it. So get it done because, all of the theorizing and the preparation in the world, you're still going to come up against. It's still going to be a bit different from what you're expecting. You're never going to be able to absolutely anticipate everything that's going to happen. So don't spend too much time getting all caught up in the preparation stage. Just at some point, you have to say, right, I'm just going to do it. You know, don't worry so much about getting everything absolutely perfect the first time round because no one does. No one is ever going to. I'd be very surprised if I saw someone you know, who was. I mean, everyone's perfect in their own way, but you know what I mean. No, everyone that I know who's been a channel that's been around for a good long while has either jokes about their first videos or they've taken them down. You know, so the point that I'm getting at is don't try and be perfect the first time round. Just, get going and you can tweak things and change things as you move along. We've got the ancestors coming out as the direction that things are going in. And we see this beautiful depiction with the faces on the tree. Literally makes you think of the family tree. Um, so yeah, I mean, what could that mean then? So that's like your kind of, don't like to say outcome, but that's kind of the potential direction that things are going in, right? So do you Ben, sorry, do you do any work with ancestors? Could this be a literal, card for you? Or is this just kind of a talking about how this is going to enable you to connect with people in a different way than you did before? Because, going with the same type of, on the same vein, the same analogy as what we were using here, where beyond the veil could be interpreted as, not having that full knowledge of what's happening before you get there. You know, ancestors, when we think about ancestor work, it's connecting with our ancestors that we've not connected with before. It's trying to tap into that knowledge that, otherwise we've never done before. So it could actually be talking about that. It could be talking about making those connections that we've not made before and tapping into that kind of all of that juicy knowledge. Um, right, okay. So your nan uh, has passed recently, so you're wondering if the ancestors card is her way of telling you to go for it. Well, that you know, I often say, in fact, I say all the time when we're doing these card readings, you know, just as important as what looking at the reader is. In fact, more important than what the reader is saying is what you think when you look at these images and what they mean to you. All the magic is happening with you. All right. So I think that that's a beautiful interpretation of that card. All right, and I don't really want to mess with that. So I think that that's amazing. And I'll look forward to seeing your content forthwith. So I do. Um, right. So that was our lovely Ben. And let's see, have we got any more questions? Justin says such a pretty deck. It is, it's really nice, isn't it? Justin says, I'll answer that for you, Ben. Start the channel and have fun with it, but no pressure on yourself and be yourself. Yep, totally agree. Oh, thank you, V Kestrel. And hi, by the way, I don't think I said hi to you before, so I hope you're doing okay. Can someone tell me what deck this is? I missed the intro. If no one's answered you yet, Maze Cat. Yeah, Maze Cat asked. This is the second edition of the Oracle of Echoes by Anna Turian. Um, So yeah, it is absolutely stunning. I only got it yesterday, I think, or the day before. I'm just having a quick look. So this was where, yeah, so Govinda said that you're a practitioner. And Malamir popped in. Govinda, it does resonate, Chris. What you talked about makes sense with whereby I'm at with work and what you need to do. Okay. Oh, you're very welcome and thank you for your nice comment. Um, Interesting new moon spread. Is that it's for the month ahead? We're at the last quarter moon now, which works perfectly for this reading, says Malamir. Um, do you know, child's pose, is that not what you were talking to me about earlier on, Justin? For my back? Yeah. Was this deck trimmed? It came like this. This is a as it comes. Mace Cat is borderless. It is really beautiful, isn't it? Anna is an absolutely stunning artist. Her work is. It was Anna Turian that illustrated the Bone Stone and Earth Flesh Avalon Cameron's deck. Um, it's a work of beauty. Main enters taught. Right, okay, I think we caught that, yeah. All good, thank you. Cool, okay, I'm glad I could help Antoinette. Oh, so Maze Cat, you just started your channel as well. Brilliant. Well, everyone go and subscribe to Maze Cat as well then. Okay. I don't think we've got any more questions, have we? If anyone else wants to put a question to this stunning deck, the Oracle of Echoes, then pop it in the chat. Let me know if I've missed anyone. Because yeah, I'm actually really enjoying reading with this. I'm glad it resonated with you, Ben. I'm glad. Justin, my first day back at the gym last week, I had a dream that night that I was sleeping in a cottage in Ireland and I could feel my soul rejuvenating. I thought, wow, it's so peaceful here. You always have really vivid dreams, don't you, Justin? Damn the distance, says Leander. If only we were closer, a coffee would be in order. Find me a private jet. Yeah, Simon says he loves Anna. Yeah, our work's just stunning. I mean, I'll just throw some cards on the table so you can see them like whilst we're chatting. Um, but yeah, it's just really nice. I love our style of art. I love our use of color. It's just everything that's amazing. Um, oh, Kristen says, "Can I have a reading for the week? Got a break because my husband is out of town and can just spend it alone. What should I do to make the most of my time alone?" Okay, let's see then. So, what should Kristen do to make the most of her time to herself? Whoops. Home, very literal. Create space and decisions. Okay. So we see the home card as being your situation. So I mean, if you feel like spending your time at home, you know, in your house, then this seems definitely seems to be an encouragement to do so. But and I said this during my walkthrough of this deck. See how this house has it looks to me like the Burrow, you know, the Weasley's house from Harry Potter. But do you know how it has this eye? So this really makes me think of the fact that, you know, your house is your house. That your house is like the structure, but your home it could be anything, it could be anywhere. You know, your home is where you feel safe, where you feel secure, you know. Home is like the kind of the security and the emotional just balance and safety that your house or you know brings. Um so it could be spending time in your house, Kristen, but equally, this is basically telling you to spend some time wherever you most feel connected, and where you feel most safe. You know, where's your safe place? Spend some time there, you know. It's saying create space for yourself, all right? So clear away some of that stuff I was mentioning earlier on, this idea of all this stuff that we all have on in our day-to-day lives, you know. Have a wee think about some of that stuff. Is there anything that could be put in the back burner, anything that could be scrapped altogether? Sometimes we find that we do these things just because we're that used to doing them and they don't serve a purpose at all. All right. So it's just about clearing some headspace, potentially some literally some space as well. Maybe this is about clearing up, you know, just cleaning up your house. Get your house cleaned, women. That's what it's saying. Um, but yeah, just clear some of that space. And that's basically so is that when it comes back to the kind of you know, when Ray comes back and when things are a bit more, you know, things are kind of going 100% again, you've created that space and things just feel that wee bit easier because you've done that. What I see when I'm off on holiday for work, the first thing that I always do, usually the evening that I finish up, I will clean the house. And that is just so that I don't spend the entire week off thinking, I need to clean, I need to clean, I need to clean, I need to mop that floor, I need to, you know, tidy away that stuff that's been sitting there for a month. I need to do this, I need to do that. I create that space for myself. So I am literally clearing space, creating space, but also at the same time, I'm creating some headspace for myself, you know, because I'm not spending all that time thinking, thinking, thinking. And then, you know, we're coming towards this decisions card. Now, it could be that it could just be saying, by the way, you're going to have a decision to make. But creating space can also create choice, you know. When we've got all this clutter and we've got all this could be emotional clutter, this could be literal clutter. Again, I think I'm having that point home enough. When we've got all of that stuff going on, sometimes we limit ourselves as to what we've got time to do, what we've got space to do, you know, what we've got headspace to do. Sometimes when we kind of create that space for ourselves, we actually realise, you know, I've got a choice here. You know, I don't need to, you know, do that thing in that particular way. I've enabled myself to do things a bit differently. And sometimes the road that you create for yourself, the choice that you create for yourself, is a lot more positive than the one that you otherwise would have had to have taken. So I feel that this is saying to you, if you do follow this advice and create that space, then you're going to open up doors that perhaps would have been blocked off before. Um, so yeah, I think that's how I would read those, Kristen. You can let me know what you think. So let's see. You said I actually have cleaners coming tomorrow. I'm clear of that duty. Definitely emotional clutter. Right, okay. Um, so this has inspired you to pick up your bone stone, Leander. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Um, that's I will need to watch a walkthrough of that because it's such a stunning deck. And I was well late to that party, so I was. But yeah, it's one I'll maybe watch a walkthrough of it over the weekend. Um, I wish I had Bonestone Leander. I'm looking forward to Tarot of the Abyss, says Jen. Uh, oh, Antoinette's off to bed. So you have a good sleep, Antoinette, and take care. Justin's behind in the chat because his data is slow. Yeah, and you're saying that makes sense. That's good. I'm glad. Okie dokes. Well, if there's no more questions, guys, and if no one has any pressing issues, then we can finish up there if you want. I'm happy to keep going for a bit, if you want to keep chatting. But oh, and we've got a link to Michelle's channel, so it's Michelle from Maze Cat. Tarot of the Abyss is yet another beauty, Jen. Anna can do no wrong. Yes, something to look forward to. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Tarot of the Abyss. I have to be honest. I'm really excited for it. Just because I think it's brilliant what she's done with it. Like, see how some of the quartz are like you can see, like, is it in the wands where you can see the page in the background of the night, and the cups quartz are like it's almost making like a collage type thing, you know. It's brilliant. It's absolutely stunning, and that's just what I've picked up from watching walkthroughs. So I just can't wait to actually get through it myself. Um, Oh, wee Nancy, you're very welcome. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here. Um, right, okay, guys, we will leave it there. for the weekend. I hope that everyone has an amazing weekend. Take care, whatever you're up to. Oh, Kristen hates my life's ends. Well, do you know what we'll do? Actually, we'll pull a card for everyone for the weekend, shall we? We'll see what we get. Hopefully, we get a happy card. Sorry, I do this all the time, don't I? It's like I always act as though I'm finishing up, and then I kind of mess everybody about and pull everybody back. I come back for an encore, so I do. I feel as though I do that all the time because I always kind of forget about the kind of pulling card thing, or something catches my attention. Um, okay, I can see your messages, Scott. Um, right, so let's pull a card for just generally for the weekend for everyone to send us on our way. Healing. Okie dokie. So healing obviously takes different forms for everyone, and the type of healing that you do will be specific to you and your situation. Now, the image that we see here, the picture that's painted, we see this kind of dark, murky situation, and from that, new growth. We see this plant starting to sprout. We see things starting to come back to life with the nice green colours in the plant here. I'm not sure if you can see the colours all that well, but this is very kind of a black and white, sepia beige kind of a way. And then we see colour start to come back into the situation. So, what do you need to do to start to bring that colour back into things? What situation in your life can we start to kind of promote this new growth and bring that color back into our lives? What do we need to do? What's the work that we need to do? Because healing isn't mostly pretty much always never is about pretty much always never. Let's try that again, shall we? Healing is almost never about just sitting and waiting. Quite often there's work that needs to be done. Now, I'll caveat that because, I want to be careful what I'm saying. People with health conditions, if they are literally healing, then it can very much be about just sitting and waiting to heal and about stopping yourself from doing too much. But then sometimes that stopping yourself from, putting on those 10 washings and doing those, you know, 10 lots of dishes and whatever it is, sometimes stopping yourself from doing that is work in itself. But what is the work that you need to do in order to promote this new growth, bring about this healing? Okay, this is the star after the tower. This is that. This is when things start to get better. Now, this could be something drastic in your life that needs to be healed, or it could be something mundane, minute. You know, let's just wait for the boy racers to pass. Don't know if you heard that, but it was really loud. Um, But yeah, that is the question that I want everyone to ask. What do we need to do? What's the work that needs to be done? And I'm not saying go out there and get it all done this weekend, but let's make a start. What's the main things? Was there one or two things that we could start on? Let's go for it. And yeah, let's kind of a start next week with a bang. Oh, okay. Oh, Scott says he asked a question, but the chat is messing up. Well, we cannot have that. It might be that there's a word in your question, Scott, that YouTube doesn't like. Sometimes that happens. Um, Let me go back though and see if I can see what your question is. I hope that it's not just me that skipped over it. I apologise if it is. Can you tell me when you asked it? Like, where were you on the list of readings? Because I'm up to. Where am I up to? See, you're quite easy to spot because you've got that purple, um, profile picture. See you saying hi again. It erased it. I was asking how to handle burnout from my job. Right, okay, well, let's quickly do that then before we before we finish up. So, how can Scott handle burnout from work? Okay, we've got the imperfect duty card here. Time to soar. Beyond the veil. Wow, look at those cards. Look at those cards. Does that not tell a story? Absolutely stunning. So right, I'm trying to kind of now relate this to a work situation. But this is quite an emotional read, so it is. It's quite a powerful read. Um, there's going to be things about your job that you love, and there's going to be things about your job that you hate. All right. Sometimes it just feels like the stuff that we hate about it just takes over. It gets too much, you know. It's like a seesaw that's constantly going, and sometimes the stuff that really gets us down about our day-to-day lives, our day-to-day jobs, just, you know, it overbalances everything, and it just makes us feel absolutely shit. All right. Um, the thing is, right, that seesaw, and it's the same with life in general. It's not just about our jobs. That seesaw is just part of the, you know, it's like Fortuna's wheel. That it's just part of the natural balance of life, you know, um without the shit, it's kind of hard to appreciate the good. All right. And I know that's the last thing you want to hear from me when we're talking about, you know, dealing with burnout. The advice that you've got is time to soar. So it's interesting because, you know, if you were just asking me that as a person and I wasn't reading cards, I was just saying I'd be telling you to just rest, you know, I'd be telling you to just kind of take your time and you know, remove yourself from the situation, take your time and but no, that's not what I'm saying here. Time to soar is time to expend energy, you know. I know that you're experiencing burnout, but it's burnout, it's situational burnout, it's burnout from a very specific situation, being your work. I want you to throw yourself into something different this weekend, all right? I want you to place your energy somewhere else, and that'll take your mind off of the stuff that's happening with work, okay? Um, the you know, in the direction that things are going in, we get beyond the veil, and I think that's just saying, you know, it's going to take you to a different place. It's going to take you to a different place emotionally. Um, you're just going to feel energized and recharged, and you'll be in a place where you can deal with the shit that right now is oppressive and it's making you feel, you know, as though you can't deal anymore. Um, once you get to that place, you'll be better placed. You'll be better kind of positioned to deal with it. All right. So that's how I would read those cards. Um, right. Let's see. So you get the emotional part because it's very emotionally draining right now. Right, okay. Okay. So, I mean, time to soar and you know, look at how stunning that card is. You know, we've obviously got this bird there that's getting ready to take flight, but in the background as well, we have this eye. I am so I mean, with I don't know, I just love it. I just love the image. I just think it's beautiful. Um, so yeah, like take off, go enjoy doing something that isn't work. Recharge your batteries, but not recharge them by staying still and by just, you know, sitting in the house and just being fed up and thinking, oh, back, you know, I don't even know if you're back to work on Monday, but as an example, right, sometimes over the, you know, when we get our downtime, we almost spoil it by just sitting in the house thinking about, oh, I'm back to work on Monday, back to work on Monday, and you dread it, you know. It's what the Sunday blues is, isn't it? But this is wanting you to get out there and enjoy your time, recharge your batteries by being happy or being content and fulfilled elsewhere, and then, you know, come back and grab that bull by the horns, and um, you I feel as though you're going to feel better about it after you've kind of done this. Okay. Well, you are very welcome. I hope that resonated. Right, guys. This time I'm actually going to head off. I hope that everybody has an amazing weekend. Take care of yourselves, and I will catch you all. Oh, on Sunday, because on Sunday I am doing, or I'm planning on doing the Zoom uh, Mary L study group. I know that I keep postponing it. There is a good reason for it. Just got some family stuff going on right now. Um, but yeah, the plan is 4 p.m. British summer time. On Zoom, we'll be doing the Mary L study group. So anyone who's been taking part in that, I look forward to seeing you there. Right, take care. Have a good weekend, and I shall see you all later.